Hello and welcome to Work Against the Grain. My name is Jeff. Last week I took you on a tour of the Vectric software and the Vectric free newsletter project, The Paradise Box by Michael Tyler. This week I wanted to try to do something on my own. Now, when you download the Aspire software, when you purchase it from Vectric and you download the software, there isn't, the files are too big for them to include the 3D clip art that comes with the software. So in a couple of weeks you're going to get the discs that have a whole lot of 3D clip art loaded on them. So I wanted to try to make my own box that you see pictured behind me here, where I utilize some of the 3D clip art that comes with your Aspire software and create a box of my own. So in the following video, I'm going to show you how to utilize these 3D clip art files to create your own designs. Also show you the two-rail sweep function so that you can get the profile of the sides and the top of your box. So I did not, in this particular video this week, include any of the CNC machining, as it just follows the other videos that I've put up relating to 3D roughing and 3D finishing tool pads. So I wanted to focus this week on the software and creating our own design, if you will. Enjoy the video. Next week I will bring back the CNC machine, where we're going to work on some two-sided 3D machining, where we actually bring in a 3D model, machine the top, machine the bottom, so that we get a scaled model, if you will, of this 3D object that I'll show you guys next week. So again, enjoy the video. Thanks again for watching. This is Work Against the Grain. My name is Jeff.
Hello everybody, Jeff here for Work Against the Grain. Want to show you another Vectric Aspire tutorial on a box that I built for my wife. The projects I've shown you before have been projects that we received from Vectric in the free monthly newsletter, and they already had all of the design and the creativity and the tool paths, etc., within the project files. And so I wanted to try something a little bit different, wanted to try to see if I couldn't do something from scratch. And so we'll come in here and create a new file. I know that I want my width to be 13 inches, my height to be 8 inches. I know my stock is 1.14 inches thick. My zero will be right here in the upper left-hand corner of the stock. We're going to work in inches. Standard modeling resolution because it goes a little bit quicker, and we're going to use some cherry wood, okay? And we're going to click OK. Now, when you purchase the Aspire software, you also get DVDs in the mail that have some 3D clip art included in the software. And so I was making my wife a box top, or excuse me, a jewelry box, and we were making the top here, and so I knew I wanted to use this rose, and you simply pull it out and put it on your piece here. And I also knew that I wanted to put these wedding rings on here, which is kind of neat. And I felt as though the box top ought to need some kind of a border. And I was looking through here at the borders and came across one that I liked. Let's use, actually I'm sorry, it's under decorative, it's a flourish border. This one right here. And again, all of this is included in the Vectric Aspire software. When you purchase it, they mail you the DVD. So now let's put this thing together. So this is the width and height of my stock, if you will. And so what we need to do is we need to take these 3D clip art, or these components, because they're already components within the software, and we need to put this all together. And so I'm going to take my flourish design here. I'm going to enlarge it so that it fits on the, within the size of my workpiece. And you make your dimensions anything that you want. The dimensions aren't important here. What's important is I show you how easy this is to put this together. So there's my border, my flourish, if you will, that goes on my workpiece. Now we're going to take this component here, these wedding rings, and we're going to size them down like this. Whoops. Put those right in the middle, maybe bring them up just a little bit. Okay. And then we'll take this little rose here and put it over here on this side. And let's rotate that a little bit like that. And there we go. So within the Vectric software, we pulled up 3 components, and if you come here to modeling, you can see clearly that these are already components, already designed for you, already made for you. And if you come here to the 3D view, there's your top. That's going to be the top of your box. Now I want to go in here and just change a couple of things. First of all, the flourish. Double click it, and it takes you inside the manager here. And I want to make sure that that thing is right at a 1/2 inch tall with a base height of about 0.25, and hit close. Then we're going to come into the wedding rings, and I want those to be 0.250. Whoops, one too many decimals. And select close, and same with the rows. I would like it to be 0.250 and close. And so now we can look through here, toggle through the 3D view, and see clearly plenty of height here, plenty of height here, plenty of height here on our design. And there we go. Now, we need a profile cutout to be able to cut this out, because that's going to be the size of our box. So we want to come back over here to the drawing tab. We want to draw a box. Let's just place the corner right here and pull that down just like that so that it lines up with that. And release. And now we have a vector that goes all the way around our workpiece. Now keep in mind, when your cutter cuts, the center of your cutter cuts on the line. So what we're going to do, we know we're going to use a 1/4 inch cutter for this, so we're going to offset this 1/8 of an inch, so that when the I'm sorry, it has to be a 1/16 of an inch, because a 1/16 on each side is 1/8 overall. And so that would be 0.0625. Again, too many decimal points, I'm sorry. And let's offset. And then let's delete the original one, which is that one. We'll delete that. And now we have a vector that we can do a profile cutout. So now we're going to come over here to the Toolpaths tab. And with this outer vector selected, we're going to do our 3D roughing, double check our thickness, our 0 point. I've got nothing above the model. Click OK. I know I want to use an end mill, 1/4 inch thick, or excuse me, 1/4 inch in diameter. Calculate. There's our roughing toolpath. Close. Our finishing toolpath, I'm going to use a taper ball nose, 1/8 of an inch. Calculate. And close. And then we want to come right here, be sure that vector is still selected. Select your profile cutout. My stock is 1.14, so I'm going to go 1.15 to cut all the way through. Calculate. It's telling me we're cutting all the way through, which is great. That's what I want to do. Let's reset our preview and then preview all toolpaths. And there you go, a beautiful top to the box. And now we need to talk about the side pieces. And so I'm going to open up a new version of the Aspire software, programs, Aspire 4, Aspire 4. We're going to create a new file. And this time I know from my back, because I have an instance of it open here, let me just refer back here. I want to make the back 8 by 15. 8 by 15. And this will be one of our sides. Same thickness, same zero, same wood. And now we need to talk about what we're going to do for making the sides. So I'm going to start out with a square. And we're going to take our square and come down to right about there. And then I want to show you all the two-rail sweep. So we're going to draw a line. Two-rail sweep is just what it sounds like. You're going to sweep between two rails. So we're going to first draw one line starting here and end it here. Hit the escape key. Let's draw another one from here and bring it down to here. And hit the escape key. So now we have our two lines. Now, what are we going to sweep through there? Well, let me just, I drew this little piece here when I did the box, and it takes a little while to, whoops, I'm sorry. It takes a minute to draw this, so let me just copy it and paste it over into the instance that I'm showing you folks here. And we'll just paste that right there. So now you've got this shape here. So this line here represents this line. This line here represents the gap from here to here. This dip in here is going to dip from here. Then the model's going to raise up and do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to come over here to the modeling tab, and we're going to choose the two-rail sweep. And we're going to select one line, hold the shift key down, select the other line. We're going to click use selection, and now the next thing we click is what it's going to sweep. And so we're going to now click the sweep, and we're going to apply. And boom, you've got a side. Now, that's a little bit too thick because it's working off the thickness of the molding. And so what we want to do now is we want to go into the component, and we want to make, right now it's 1.8672 inches. We want to make our sides 3/4 of an inch tall. Close. Let's go back and see how that looks. That's really nice. Now I also thought that on the side I would once again utilize some of the 3D clip art that came with the Aspire software. And so as I scrolled through here, I believe that I came across this one. There's a nice little flourish. So we're going to go ahead and rotate that. And we're going to go ahead and size it up. And we're going to put it right there in the middle of the workpiece. Now, what's really neat also is if you come back to the drawing tab and you want to center that, you can select that, and then here it says align selected objects to the last item in the selection. So the first item in the selection was this. Let's go ahead and make the box that we made, hold the shift key down, and make the box the second item. So now when you click this center button, it's going to center that flourish in between that box. Boom, right there on the side of the piece. Select close, come back to the modeling tab, and now let's go ahead and go into this flourish and see how big we are. Right now we're 0.19 inches. I usually like them between anywhere from 2.0 to 2.5. Select close. So now when we come to our 3D view, there we go. We've got our nice side panel, and we've got our nice flourish that is there on the side. Now, if you're looking here and you see this gap right here is greater than this gap here, and you want to move that up, that's fine. Just come over to your drawing tab, and you can just bring that up just like that. Have a look in your 3D view. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that, but that's the way that I found. And that looks a little bit better there. Okay, now, once again, we want to put us a vector going all the way around the workpiece so that we have a profile cutout. Same drill is on the top. There's the vector. Let's go ahead and offset that vector 0.0625 offset, and let's close the first one. We might have to zoom in here a little bit. There we go. And let's go ahead and delete that, and then come over here, and there you go. Now we're ready to make some tool paths. Come over here. First tool path we're going to make is our roughing cut. Same drill is on the top, same thickness, no gap above the model. Okay, same end mill for our roughing. Let's calculate that. Select close. Same drill for our 3D, tapered ball nose, finishing tool path, calculate. Now, see how this has, I made a mistake here. See how this is machining the entire piece? I forgot to do something. When you're here, you want to make sure that this vector right here is selected. So let's go back to the roughing and edit and calculate with this vector selected. And you'll see the change. And come back here to the finishing tool path. And once again, we want to select that vector. If I can find my mouse there, sorry. Select that vector, edit, be sure it's selected, and calculate. And the yellow bar down here at the bottom shows. Now see, here you can see now it's only going to that vector. Then we're going to use that vector again as our profile cutout tool path. And the same drill, same thickness as the top was. It's telling us it's going to cut through, that's fine. Click OK. Reset our preview, preview all tool paths, and we've got a beautiful side to our box that we made the top for earlier. Now, this is the two long sides. You're going to cut two of these. It is the same process for your short sides of your box. So just utilize the long sides as a template. You can select a different 3D image that you'd like for your side pieces. Utilize the long ones for the front and the back. Also, something that I saw was if you double click the waist here, it goes away and shows you exactly what your piece is going to look like. And those are the sides. So you've watched me with the Vectric software in real time. In about 8 or 9 minutes, we generated, with the models and the 3D art that comes with your software purchased, we were able to generate a box top, a front and a back of a box, utilizing nothing but our own creativity and the tools provided from Vectric. Very, very nice. So again, use the same process with your two short sides. I'll come back at the end of this video, show you all the finished box. It turned out great, a lot of fun. Thanks again for watching. Work against the grain. My name is Jeff.